I'm a 32-year-old man who hasn't spoken to my father's family in over a decade, a rift that began when my father remarried. My parents split when I was 10, no longer in love, which left me confused and heartbroken as a child. I often acted out, and while family therapy helped, my mother was more empathetic, trying to understand my feelings, whereas my father took a more passive, life happens approach. This made me closer to my mom, and I only stayed with my dad for short periods. But when I was 14, my mother passed away in a tragic accident, forcing me to live with my father full-time. Those were some of the darkest days of my life, worsened by feeling like the only one grieving. My father was already engaged to Bate, a 49-year-old woman he'd been dating for years. He prioritized his new life with her over our shared past, showing no signs of sorrow for my mother's death. This left me feeling isolated as a teenager. Bate was overbearing, enforcing strict rules in their home and trying to act as a mother figure, which I rejected. She couldn't replace my mom so soon. To make matters worse, Bate openly favored her son from a previous relationship, Josh, now 30. She constantly pulled strings to get him advantages, like better spots on the football team or bigger roles in school plays. Josh, to his credit, often called out his mother's favoritism, but he still benefited from it, which created tension. My teenage years were tough, navigating my mother's loss, my father's passivity, Bate's overreach, and an awkward relationship with Josh. My plan was to keep my head down, get through college, and leave. I attended UNC in my home state, and to save money, lived with my father and Bate, paying some rent and contributing to groceries. Things escalated when I started dating Laura, now 31, during college. I brought her home often, and it became clear Josh had a crush on her. I confronted him privately, asking him to stop acting inappropriately, but his feelings persisted. His behavior spiraled. He was failing classes, struggling with SAT prep, and acting lovesick. I tried to be the bigger person, limiting Laura's visits to avoid conflict, but it wasn't my responsibility to fix his obsession. Eventually, I learned Bate had spoken to Josh about his behavior, and he confessed his feelings for Laura. Bate, in her twisted logic, blamed me for Josh's struggles and convinced my father to issue an ultimatum. One day, my dad sat me down and said, "We agreed you could stay here during college, but your actions are affecting Josh. Bate, and I think you need to stop bringing Laura around to keep peace in the family." I can't share the full story here, but if you want the whole truth, the full video is in the description below. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more.